Ed Orgeron every Tuesday has his weekly segment on Off the Bench with Jordy and T-Bob. And today was particularly interesting because listening to Coach O talk today, there was one thing that just kept hitting me right in the face with every answer that he gave. I'm wondering if you hear it as well. But, like, for example, play 4, Musso, if you would. Here was Coach O talking. Remember, coaches and players have 8 hours a week that they can spend virtually, Zoom calls or whatever it may be. They have 8 hours a week is allowed by the NCAA. They asked how the guys are spending that time.
What we're doing is we're having 1 hour Zoom meeting with our guys. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going over fundamentals on Monday and Wednesday. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we're reinstalling our offense and our defense. This will be the third time that we have installed this. Wow. We're going to install it again in camp. And by the time the season comes, they will hear the installation 4 times. They should have it down by then.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Rohan Davey about the install, and I was like, how can you install an offense without guys there? He says, what's it like doing it in the film room? You have to know what the plays are, what you're going to do before you go and do walkthroughs and then execute at full speed. 4 times they will have installed this offense. When you're talking about replacing 20 players to the NFL, when you get on the field, you need to lessen that learning curve. Well, how do you do that? You have them as prepared mentally as possible so when they step on the field, they're ready to roll. Orgeron was also asked about his analysts. Remember, this big team of analysts that LSU has. What are they doing during the shutdown?
We treat it exactly like we would in game week,
wow.
Except we have more time. Like on Monday, we give us full scouting reports. And those analysts got to have a full scouting report in their area. Example, first down, third down, short yardage, red zone, goal line. We go through it all. And we go through it all like we're game planning. You take copious notes. You make game plans. You put it in a book. You go over it on Thursday afternoon. You put it to bed, move to the next opponent. So when we get back in the season, we already have a preliminary game plan. Now, obviously, things are going to change, but the basics of it is not going to change. So we have that all in. Our plan is we have more time in the summer. Usually we're out here recruiting. Now we're going to have every opponent that we're going to play game plan ready to go before we start camp.
They've done the install 4 times. They're game planning every opponent right now, but not just a game plan. They're situationally game planning. Did you hear him say, like, our analysts, whatever their responsibility is, has to have a game plan for first down, second down, third down, goal line. Like they're detailed game planning Texas, San Antonio, and Texas, and Ole Miss right now, which will change when you get into game week and you get more film on those teams this year, but they are so far ahead of the curve. And then they were asked, okay, well, you're getting more commits now. What is your recruiting plan right now amid the shutdown?
We work from 8 to 6 every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Our staff did a tremendous job. Partly was dedicated to Zoom meetings with our players. Partly was dedicated to Zoom meetings with our recruits. And during those Zoom meetings, we show them the new facilities. We have the parents in there, all the decision makers in there. I get in there with them. And so we spent a lot of time recruiting. In fact, more time recruiting the last during the pandemic than we normally would.
I wonder if the theme that hit me struck you as well. Is just one word that kept coming back into my mind. Thorough. Thorough. Ed Orgeron mentions often he coached with some of the all-time greats. Jimmy Johnson, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton with the Saints. He's been with some of the best coaches ever. And it is clear that he has cherry-picked nuanced things that they do in the way that they've run championship programs, molded it to fit his style based on what he's learned as a coach, to have his procedures and processes in place at LSU. Everybody in college football is going through the same thing right now. All of them. Everybody is inhibited by the same shutdown. Can't work out, can't be on the field, all that stuff. But everybody in college football is allowed the same amount of time with their players and recruiting and all right now as well. Who is most efficient during this time is going to give them a tremendous advantage when the floodgates do open. LSU's got to replace 20 guys who went to the NFL. We know that. You got to replace your quarterback, one of your starting wide receivers, your running back, your tight end, 4 offensive linemen, all the guys on defense that we know about. You got a new passing game coordinator, got a new defensive coordinator. All of that change. So when you get on the field, you've got to make sure those guys are as prepared as possible to maximize whatever time they're going to have leading up to the season. Call it 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is. Well, how do you do that? You make sure they're as prepared as possible now. And it's very clear. Like down to your analyst having a scouting report for second down against Mississippi State. Or we're working from 8 to 6 making recruiting calls every day. Or our guys are doing install on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they're doing game plan on Tuesday, Friday. Like, they have a very clear, thorough plan that they have organized throughout this, which is evidence of everything that this program has become under Ed Orgeron.